All right, hello everyone, it's silverkyle, and today we are going to be looking at every game that I am looking forward to in quarter one of 2021. And I know that we're we're pretty much at the end of quarter one, like two months and a week in. We've got 3 weeks left, but there was a lot of games that actually came out in the first few months that I'm really looking forward to, and that I've actually picked up 2 of them, and I played both of them, which is a rare thing nowadays. But these were games that I was really looking forward to. So I did play them, and I'm getting back a little bit into the groove of playing video games. So I'm really excited for all of this. So let's talk about the games that came out in, first of all, January. There's 4 games in January, 4 games in February, and only 2 games in March. Now, this could obviously change. There might be games here and there that I've potentially missed that are actually really good. And if you have any recommendations down below, let me know. I will take a look at them. Maybe they're not my cup of tea, or I might have forgotten about them, or I just missed them completely. So definitely let me know what you think at the bottom here if I miss anything, or if you're looking forward to any of these games as well. All right, January 2021. On January 15th, coming out for the PS5 was a game that normally I wouldn't be that interested in, but because it's the beginning of a new generation, like a new console generation, and these games can be sometimes kind of fun, it is MXGP, which is they're on motorbikes, dirt bikes, and going around and racing. It looked actually pretty damn good. It looks like it could be some fun, at least. Racing games are usually not my thing at all, but this kind of caught my attention. And if I had a PS5, I'm hoping to get one this year. Same with the Series X, and also with a Switch. If they make a Switch Pro, Switch XL, Switch 4K, I don't know what the heck they're going to call it, but if there's a Switch, I'm definitely getting that day one. As soon as the pre-orders go out, and I'm going to try to get a PS5 and Series X as well. We're going to see. Next up, so that was January 14th for MXGP. Then there is Hitman 3, which I think comes out on like Xbox One, PS4, PS5, and Series X. Or the Series, I guess, because there's Series X and Series S. I'm just going to say Series X. That's going to account for Series S as well. The digital garbage that they have. If you like digital, that's fine. It's just clearly not my thing. But anyway, Hitman 3. I really want to play this new reboot of Hitman. They look really good. I have no idea why it's taken so long to actually play them, but I'm going to pick up, I think, 1 and 2, or 1 at least in the next little while, and see how I like it. And that's coming out in January. That came out January 20th, sorry. Atelier Ryza 2, Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy, which came out January 26th, which came out for the PS4 and Switch. The Atelier games have been around for, like, I think since PlayStation 1. They started becoming a little bit popular on maybe PlayStation 3-ish, and then PS4. They were kind of making not really a big name for themselves, but like I had heard about them definitely by the PS3 era. And then they made Atelier Ryza like 2 years ago, and that just game kind of really was the game that caught a lot of other people's attention. So these games are JRPGs where they're action RPGs, and there's a lot of emphasis on alchemy. So you create different things, and that's the main focus of the game. And this is the first time ever that, because the Atelier Ryza did so well, they would have Atelier games. They would have Atelier, and they'd have like another name to it afterwards. But Atelier Ryza is the first ever sequel that I know of, or it's been a very long time since they've done a sequel. So that's really cool, because they want to try to capture as much of the audience they had from the first game into this second one. That came out January 26th, and the first game is really hard to find without paying ridiculous amounts of prices on the PS4, and definitely on the PS4. I can't remember if the first one came out on Switch. It might have, but either way, I think that they're still crazy priced. It's like it's holding more value than a Nintendo game. Like, it's crazy. Next up is The Medium, which came out for the Series X on January 28th. The Medium, to me, isn't even really something that would be my genre at all. Horror games are not for me, but the fact that this game is kind of split between like one world and another world, and you can kind of play them simultaneously, that's kind of cool. I would like to try that out. I would probably need to see a little bit more of the game, but that is something that if I had a Series X, I would definitely be tempted to try out at least. Next up, now we're in February. So we had Ys 9, Monstrum Nox coming out for the PS4. That was February 2nd. I feel like there's a Switch version of this as well. I think what I did is I kind of just wrote I don't know if I just wrote the only one that is. I think it's coming out for Switch. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, I am looking forward to that. I've heard of the Ys series before. I played the first one on PSP, and I really want to try 8. And because it seems as though, and I think you can just dive into these. So this is something I'd like to try 8 and then 9 because they are on, current console. Well, PS4, but that's good enough for me. And they look really fun. Action RPGs. You can't go wrong with that. Next up is Super Mario 3D World, which came out for the Nintendo Switch on February 12th. Very happy to have this. This is a crazy amount of fun, especially because you can go online with it now. I still haven't done that, but it's the Wii U port. It plays well, but it's definitely meant to have more people than yourself. Like, if you're getting it for single player, I really don't recommend. I don't know. I don't really recommend it for single player. This is definitely meant more so for having a bunch of people over or online and playing it. And they do include Bowser's Fury. And so that was February 12th that came out. Then Persona 5 Strikers, which came out for the PS4, Switch, PC. There's a few of these that might have come out for PC as well, but I usually don't pay attention to that. That came out on February 23rd. That looks really fun. Cool that, we finally have a Persona game on the Switch. I'm hoping that because the Switch is selling so well, that they're tempted to bring other Persona games. Like, I would seriously just love to have Persona 4 because I've heard so. I own Persona 4 on the PS2, but I would much prefer to have it on the Switch, for example. I know that there's like Persona 4 Golden that they had on the Vita. Put that on the Switch. Oh, I'd be happy. But anyway, then Bravely Default 2, which also came out on the Switch February 26th. There's a lot of Switch games that came out recently. It's really cool that the Switches it's selling like mad cakes, right? So obviously they're gonna try to cash in on this fame, right? So that's why that's why I think that they're wanting to make a stronger system of the Switch so that they can get more people playing these games and more developers and third parties being like, hey, we got to get in on that. There's a stronger system now. We can definitely sell a lot of games on that console. So I'm really hoping that we get that. But anyway, Bravely Default 2, fantastic. I just recently got this and I am hooked already. The grinding in this game, oh man, I did an unboxing of this. It is an old school game in the sense that it is turn-based, but the mechanics are nice with the Bravely Default where you can, conserve moves and bust them out later on. There's a fast forward. There is in the original on the 3DS. I don't know if it has it here, but you can kind of change the encounter rate as well, which is really fun because you just want to grind and you just want to have as many battles as possible. You can definitely do that in the original. I haven't seen that yet in this one, but it might be there. So definitely recommend that one. All right, March 2011, 10 years ago. No, March 2021. Start talking about Brink and LA Noire and all that kind of stuff. I don't think those were March. Tomb Raider, maybe? I can't remember what came out in March 2011. I know that Brink and LA Noire came out a few months afterwards. And anyway, March 2021, there's 2 games that I'm looking forward to that have not come out. So, this is actually kind of works for this video. Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town for Nintendo Switch. Once again, and another Nintendo Switch game comes out March 26th. That is the first, so we had Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, which was the remake of Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town from Game Boy Advance, which was a remake of Harvest Moon Back to Nature on the PlayStation 1, which is a remake, or which was a re-envisioned of Harvest Moon 64. And I've got the GBA game up there as well. And the Story of Seasons, obviously, Friends of Mineral Town on the Switch. It's just in there somewhere. I love that game. But now, that was the remake, and now they're making their own Story of Seasons for the Switch. They've made Story of Seasons before for, I think, definitely the 3DS, and I feel like there might have been... Did they make any... Story of Seasons. So the people that make Story of Seasons used to be the ones that made Harvest Moon games. They lost the name. I explain this every time that I talk about the series. It's a farming simulator. I'm looking forward to this one. My brother actually pre-ordered the collector's edition of this one for me as part of my Christmas present. So thank you very much, Tyler. And last but not least, also coming out on March 26th, also on the Nintendo Switch, is Monster Hunter Rise. Look at all those Nintendo Switch games. Now, not really a lot of first-party stuff, but man, there's a lot of support coming to the Nintendo Switch, and I love the amount of games that are coming out. So that's really freaking awesome. More so games that are coming out for the Nintendo Switch than any other console at this point in time. Series X, PS5 just came out that last fall. Granted, with everything kind of going on, they would have had a slow start anyway. And with the new console, you're going to be, things are going to be slow as well. But really, not a lot of things that are coming out for even the PS4 and regular Xbox One. So that interests me anyway a lot. So to me, this is just freaking awesome that we're getting so much love for the Switch, because it is probably my favorite console of all time. So thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments below what games that you're looking forward to in here. Have you picked any of them up? Have you liked them? Are you enjoying them? Let me know in the comments below. You have been bearded in, and we're going to be doing Q2 in just a few weeks, because I'm not going to let it go that long again. Thank you all for watching. Beardage.